Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. Hi, Dinnerly. Hi, Shireen. We've got a couple of people with us. We'll give us another 30 seconds to see if anyone else wants to join in on this. Thank you for joining. Usually what we find is as we're going along, people tend to jump in as they're jumping on their lunch breaks or something like that. Very happy to have you here to understand a little bit more about who we are and what courses we're offering at the National Business Institute. My name's Kerry, by the way, for anyone that doesn't know who I am. And the other beautiful thing is we're recording this, so we do often have a request for people to chase up the recording of this to any information. So I'm conscious of our precious time. So what we'll do is we'll kick off and we'll let others join us as we sort of go along. So again, welcome. Thank you for joining our session. This is an information session on our accounting and tax courses. And I'd like to begin by first doing an acknowledgement of country. Sorry, I'm trying to sort out my tech issues here. I've got my tech expert in the room just in case I fall apart. So I'd like to pay our respects to the elders past and present and extend the respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders people here today. Now in this session, we're going to have Shireen talking with us. Thanks, Shireen. You can give us a wave there. One of our key trainers and assessors who has been with us for a short time but has a lot of industry experience and is incredibly supportive and helpful to our students. So we're going to get some intel from Shireen on what her recommendations are and what she does to support students through our programs. And myself, just briefly, my name's Kerry and I'm the Operations and Compliance Manager at the National Business Institute. And I speak with many students or a lot of people looking to engage in the courses, and we continuously look at improving our courses, what we can do better, managing customer service and operations. So there's a lot that falls in under what my role is. But today, what we're actually going to look at is who we are as an organisation. So who is the National Business Institute and why would you join or why would you look at coming to study with us? And what our connection is with industry. So what we like to ensure is that our students are industry ready. That's really what it's all about, and that's the beauty of vocational education, I think, as well, is that it's practical learning. You get the of course you get all of the theoretical knowledge, but we like to be able to apply it so that effectively you're either working in it and you can use it immediately, or once you step out of your studying and you graduate, you should be able to apply it immediately into a new role or the role that you wish to step into. So that's the beauty of what we like to do with our courses. So yeah, we like to always know what's going on in industry. We stay up to date with everything. So I'll just touch on a couple of things that are happening in the industry that's a little bit exciting, and then run through exactly what our courses entail and what Shireen can do to support you and our other trainers and assessors. And then it's over to you. You know, what questions do you have for us? Very happy to, you know, speak with you guys about anything that you're looking to understand or know further about us. So, and also, just in case you're not aware, there's a Q&A section on this Teams meetings, so or in the chat. So if you just want to type a question throughout the webinar, pop it in the Q&A, equally the chat. That's fine. Dinelly is going to be all over it for us. And if she can answer something during the webinar, she will. Otherwise, we'll go to the end and we'll speak with you about those questions. Straight up, Dinelly wanted to run a bit of a poll for us just to understand who you are, what you're doing, how much do you know about accounting? You know, do you know nothing, which is totally fine. And I always say, just so that you know, I'm not an accountant. I'm not an accounting expert. That's why I bring the experts in, and that's why Shireen's here today. So if you just quickly take a moment, do you know a lot, and you're working in industry, you're studying and you're working in the industry, or you're studying and you're not yet working in the industry, hoping to break in. You've done a little bit of research on some courses in accounting, or no idea, absolutely no idea. So just give you a quick moment to do that. Okay. And to be honest, Dinelly, I think I might have just closed that box. Does it come up with a poll review for you? And sorry, can you tell me what that outcome was? I'll just turn off my microphone for a second so Dinelly can tell us.
So it's pretty split 50-50 on I'm studying but not yet working, and I've done a bit of research.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Okay, so we've, possibly looking for breaking into the industry as well, which there's actually something new and upcoming that I can talk to you about shortly as well that might help you with that integration into an actual job. So happy to talk about that, something that we're looking at doing. It will either launch the end of this year or early next year. So for starters, who are we? So we're the National Business Institute of Australia. All of our courses are nationally accredited, and we're nationally recognised. All training organisations that are nationally recognised will have an RTO number. So sometimes it's a good way to recognise who's official and maybe who's not. But also in saying that, what does that mean? It means that you do a qualification or study a course with us today, it would be recognised within every state and territory within Australia. So, you don't have to be using it and working in Melbourne, which is where we're based currently. Well, this office is based anyway. Our trainers and assessors are all over Australia, and so are our students, which is the beauty of online learning these days, isn't it? So we acquired the business, so the National Business Institute, in 2021 by ASB Wadeson. So I'm not sure if you're in the financial know, you might have heard of ASB Wadeson. They've actually been named in the Australian Financial Review this year and last year as a top 100 firm at number 31. So that's really exciting. We're very excited about that again this year, which is, it just makes us a really credible source as well. So we, in ASB, we have accountants, financial planners, we have the Tax Store Australia, which is, if you're not familiar with us, that is actually like a H&R Block franchise, I suppose. We've taken on CFO on call this year as well. So we all fall under the umbrella of ASB Wadeson, which is very exciting. Our courses are approved by the Tax Practitioner Board. So if you are looking to become a registered BAS agent or a registered tax agent, the course does meet the requirements of what the Tax Practitioner Board will ask you for. So that's the educational requirement. You will still have you'll need to meet an experience, checkbox and all of the rest. And that's where we will tell you to go and speak with the Tax Practitioner Board and see exactly what you will need to do. But we work closely with them as well, and of course, you can be reassured that our courses are approved. So that's always a good tip. We have qualified and experienced trainers and assessors. So Shireen is one of them. And I'll get her to run through a little bit more about herself shortly. And currently enrolled, we have around about 300 students. We have some graduating, some enrolling, so it's always a rolling number. We have the tax agent certification, like I mentioned earlier, the diploma of accounting, the BAS agent course, advanced diploma of accounting, certificate for accounting and bookkeeping, the accounting principles skill set, and the advanced accounting principles skill set that all fall under our accounting courses. We've got other courses outside of that, but this is our umbrella that we're talking about today. So that's mainly around what our course, who we are at NBIA. With what we're finding that's new and interesting in the accounting and tax industry, something that I'm really interested in is one of these things here, and it's that picture there with the accountants. And it's something that's trying to be launched at the moment. That little clip, I don't know if you've ever seen it, but the Chartered Accountants have put that out as a cinema campaign. And I think if you went to see a Marvel film or something like that recently, this little snippet or video will come up. And what they're trying to do is they're calling it Make Epic Things Happen. And it's a campaign to really get younger people back into the accounting industry. There's skills shortage that we're seeing. It's a growing industry. It's a bit of an aging industry as well. So we're losing a lot of knowledge and skill for retirement. So we're really trying to aim these accounting courses at quite younger people these days. And some research was done by Xero recently as well that students had come back saying that they thought accounting was a boring industry. So it's like what we're trying to do is make it, well, not make it appear, but make them understand there's a lot more to accounting than just a bit of number crunching. You know, you could be the CFO of Nike, Facebook, any organization that you want to be a part of. You know, all of this. You know, I'm sounding like a really old person now, but all of these really exciting businesses up and coming, you know, need accountants, and CEOs are coming to you for advice about planning, about, you know, what does the next strategy look like in terms of growing the business and things like that. So there's a lot of excitement that they're trying to build and let young people in on. We were trying to look at our own campaign as well when we're trying to engage younger people. And I'll walk through a little bit of the pathways. But I think a lot of people aren't aware of that you don't necessarily need to go to university to get a good qualification and to get good practical skills and knowledge, and then to jump into industry and gain that skill much faster. So, I mean, that's the beauty of vocational education. So, and another big thing that you'll find is the integration of AI and automation. I know that's in every industry, but as an accountant or if you're in the accounting or tax industry, it's making lives so much smoother, a lot more. I mean, of course, you've got to check everything with ChatGPT before you want to trust whatever that's going to say, but ensuring accuracy and just getting things done faster. So it's that they've specifically said in one of these articles as well that AI is never going to take over the role of an accountant. It's just going to make your lives much easier. So I think that's important to note because it you know, it does worry people, but we're always going to need accountants. So, oops, jumping. So some of the advantages of AI that I've just seen, around receipt and invoice scanners, accounts receivable reminders to customers, that automation process that you don't need to worry about anymore. You don't have to send these emails and, don't have to forget. They're all set up, everything's happening. Forecasting patterns for strategizing on, a year, a year ahead or whatever it is, but helping to forecast. Auditing, fraud detection is a big one at the moment. So these are just some of the AI things that are popping up and around. You've probably already seen happening. But enough of me anyway. I'd love to hand over to Shireen. I'm going to turn off my microphone, and Shireen's going to give you a little bit of insight into who she is and how she will support anyone who is choosing to enroll in one of our accounting courses. Thanks, Shireen.
Thank you so much, Kerry. It was great to know about NBIA and getting into the courses of accounting. So, hello everyone. My name is Shireen Vora, and I am one of the trainers and assessors into the accounting courses of NBIA. So, I am with NBIA for 6 months approximately. However, I am into the vet sector for 15 plus years, and I'm into accounting industry as well for 15 plus years. I have also provided my services to higher education for bachelor's and master's of professional accounting related courses with University of Southern Queensland, and I have done my master's of accounting with Western Sydney University. I have done my bachelor's in business administration, and I also have done my vet sector related courses like Diploma of Accounting, Certificate 4 in Accounting, and some other management and leadership related courses. Apart from basic introduction about myself, I would like to now take you through what we are doing in NBIA. So the any course in relation to accounting that you will be enrolled into, rest assured that in this journey of your course, we are trainers and assessors are with you whenever you need us. So we start with meet and greet session where we warmly welcome you and introduce you to our learning support system that we learning management system that we are using to complete the course, to undertake your learning and to complete your assessments onto. And we do provide you brief guidance onto how you will be proceeding towards your course and what type of support will be available there into this meet and greet session. Then along with that, definitely one-on-one sessions are available to you. So in these kind of one-on-one sessions, if you have any questions or queries with regards to any particular topic of a unit, or you have any queries with regards to your assessment or the feedback that has been provided to you on your assessment, you can come up and you can discuss with us by booking these sessions as per your availability and trainers availabilities. Apart from this, we have another channel as well for communication, which is email support. So if you are unable to go into one-on-one session for any reason, supposedly you are not available during the time when trainers are, then you can definitely send us an email as well, and we will be happy to respond to your email with regards to your questions and queries. And the assessments that you are completing, we will be providing feedback onto those assessments within maximum 10 working days. We try to cut down this as much as possible, and the feedback is generally brief. However, in relation to what is required exactly from you, or where you haven't met the requirement, is highlighted there for you. However, apart from this, as I said, if you still are struggling, you have two channels of communication to reach out to us, one-on-one session or email support. The types of assessments generally every unit involve are knowledge-based assessments where you are answering short questions, and there can be projects, there can be role plays that you might be undertaking, there can be case studies that you might be undertaking, but these assessments are designed as per the requirement of ESQA, which is a higher authority, and TGA, training.gov.au. It does provide whole guidance onto how what to include that particular unit and what to assess the students onto, and we assess you accordingly through these assessments. However, because an individual might require to register themselves with TPB, as Carrie explained, TPB also requires certain assessments to be supervised assessments. So we do undertake these supervised assessments, and we provide under every unit clear instruction in relation to which assessments are going to be supervised assessments. And for that, you can send us your availabilities as well, or else we are anyways conducting 2 group sessions every month, which can be, for example, during the month of December, we are conducting it in the first week of December and third week of December. Okay. So you can join in those group sessions to do your assessments, which are supervised assessments. Supervised assessments are nothing in, like they are like normal other assessments. They can be project, they can be case studies. However, we have to make sure, because they are supervised, you have to share your screen, your camera will be on at all times, and your microphone will be on at all times, so that we can supervise you while you are working on your assessments. All right. Another type of support that we are offering now to our students is webinar. Through webinar, we are going to provide you with more further knowledge onto the particular topics of the units. We will be happy to get feedback from you onto what topics you would like us to bring into next few weeks of the webinars, so that we can fulfill your requirements as well. So webinar is one of the exciting learning pathway as well available to you here. Now, when you are doing your assessments, we do ensure that these assessments are meeting the requirements according to the Australian educational standards required. So make sure you are going to definitely undertake research onto the assessments that you are undertaking, apart from the resources that we are providing to you. But when you are undertaking research, you are referring to others' work, right? So ensure that you provide references, even though you are rephrasing, that you are required to. You can't copy paste unless, for example, if it is a definition, then maybe you can pick it up and put it up there, or maybe a particular section that you would like to put it into the assessment, then you can definitely do so, but make sure you provide reference. And referencing, providing, as I say, doesn't mean that you can just copy paste. You have to ensure that it is rephrased and written in your own words to show us your understanding on that particular requirement of the assessment. Okay. And ensure the resources are credible resources, not resources like Investopedia or Wikipedia, which are written by anyone when we are not sure if they are experts or not, right? So please ensure you are referring to credible sources, for example, ATO's website, okay, or maybe TPB's website, supposedly. So when you are referring to these sources, or any textbook that you are referring to, for example, okay, so ensure clear references are provided with pages that you have referred to and things like that. Or maybe URL is provided clearly for that page. And for the role plays, like there are different assessments. As I said, there can be case studies, there can be role plays. Now with role plays, different organizations require it differently. Few organizations want you to get your own volunteers and do the video recordings over there, while we are providing you this facility over here where we assessors will be available to do the role play with you. You don't have to get volunteers, you don't have to do video recordings. We will be doing the role play with you. So you will have to again book your sessions with us whenever you are available to do the role play for that particular project or a case study, and then those role plays will be undertaken. You can design, for example, a script for the role play if you want to. Otherwise, you should be aware of what is required under the role play, and the trainer will be there to do the role play with you. All right. So this is how we make sure that we are continually there with you in this course, even though it is self-paced, but we are not leaving our students completely on their own. We are continually ensuring that whenever you are in need of support, our team is there to assist you. I hope that this information that I have provided is good guidance for you to move towards the course. However, if you have any questions or queries in this regard, please don't hesitate to put up into the chat box, or Q&A is an option on the top that you can see, and you can put your questions there. We will be happy to answer. Thank you so much for your time and listening to me. I'll hand it over to Carrie.
Amazing. Thanks, Shireen. Thank you so much. It really is, look, if you've looked at our Google reviews or anything like that, you'll see that we really do, our trainers and assessors really do provide so much support to our students, because we all understand, we've all studied, we all understand what it's like trying to do online study. And I think, like Shireen's just said, online doesn't mean alone, even though it's an online self-paced, meeting with the trainers and assessors, I believe, is the way to remain accountable, and even just developing that relationship with your trainer and assessor. So you check in every couple of weeks, or whatever works for you both, will really make sure that you do well in this course. So thank you so much, Shireen. That's amazing. Okay, so a little bit more detail about the course there. Oh yeah, very kid friendly here. So again, nationally recognised, 100% online, self-paced, but again, does not mean that you're alone. So like Shireen was telling us, those one-on-one training sessions are actually unlimited. So what we do recommend, if you're going to, particularly if you're doing, for example, a certificate for in accounting and bookkeeping, or a diploma or an advanced diploma, they're the longer course, the longer courses. So you're looking at least 12 months there. So it's really good to check in, if not once a month, a couple of times a month, just to keep yourself accountable, and do those role plays like Shireen said. So helpful to have trainer and assessor be able to do that with. I mean, if you do have a workplace that you can do it with, or if you can do it with your partner or your children, something like that. But really, if you want to get the most out of it, our trainers and assessors are there to support you. As well as that, you've got our student support team at the ready by phone, email. Also, our learning management system platform has a chat box there, so we are accessible. There's a student Facebook group that we encourage all of our students to go on and connect with each other and network and ask questions. Who's doing this? I need help with that. Who's done this? So very happy for you guys to chat and work together. Trainer-led webinars, like Shireen was saying, we'll have some webinars upcoming as well, which again, as you're working through each unit online, to actually have a webinar to watch, or you could engage in one of the webinars if you can attend it. Otherwise, they'll be recorded and within the program learning plan there for you. And the help chat, like I was just saying, it's a bit of a chat box there, so that's instant, or within 24 hours if you're not available that day for whatever reason, being a Saturday or something. We also include practical learning applications. So there's My Urban Zero available within our learning learning guides and learning resources. So you'll be actually using what is generally expected within industry, that you'll know how to use one or both of those. Also good to add to your CV, I would say. Again, the reassurance of being tax practitioner board approved. We go through quite a rigorous audit and process to ensure that we have that recognition from the TPB. So it's not just, oh wow, we got a little tip. We actually went through a hell of a lot of work to get there. So again, it means that our courses, you can be reassured that we're meeting all of the criteria, not only from ASPA, but from the Tax Practitioner Board as well. All of our trainers and assessors are lecturing, they're qualified, they're experienced, many years of experience, and meeting and speaking with students like yourself. Our students also can gain an IPA membership, so that's always a nice little way to get in and network in your industry. And also for the bigger courses over $1,500, there's interest-free payment plans available too. So which is really attractive. Like you say, some people are not working yet in the industry, or you just, of course, it's the chicken or the egg type of thing. You want to study and then get yourself a job. So we totally get it. At least by the interest-free payment plans, you're not going to end up with an extra $1,000 at the end. There's no extra charges. It is what it is. So happy to speak with you about that. We do actually have a Black Friday sale happening as well. It's coming up on one of the next slides. I mentioned this earlier. A lot of people don't realise that the accounting career pathway can be quite a great platform to get you into a role or to the tax agent certification faster and more cost effective, but without cutting the quality, not cutting the resources that you're learning from or anything like that, still gaining the required amount of skills and knowledge, but doing it in a smart way. So there is something called the accounting principles skill set. It actually includes the 2 units of the BAS agent, what's required to become a BAS agent. So within that course, it's called a skill set. There's 7 units, and that will then give you the prerequisite to be able to go into our diploma of accounting. And in the diploma of accounting, there are 11 units. Now, hopefully I don't lose anyone here, but you'll actually gain credits. So you'll get 2 credit transfers from the accounting principles to go into the diploma. So already there's 2 less units that you'll need to do. So you'll only need to do 9 units of competency in the diploma, which will cut cost and cut the time required. So then once you've completed 9 units in the diploma, you're then eligible to do the tax agent certification, which is 5 units, but you'll walk in there with 3 credit transfers. So meaning you only need to do 2 units in the tax agent certification to then be completely done with the education side to be able to become a registered tax agent. So again, hopefully I didn't lose you there, and I'm happy to go into more detail with you, even one-on-one if that's what you would prefer. But it's a great pathway there because you could be saving 6 to 12 months. And of course, that just depends on how much time you're putting into your qualification. A lot of people working full time, or you might be a parent, or you've got just a lot of family, or you've got a lot of obligations. It's life, it's busy, it's hectic. We all get it. So, it depends how much time you can put into it, but you could save, 6 to 12 months by going through that pattern and also saving up to about $1,000 as well. So happy to talk to you further. I hope I haven't confused any of you with that pattern. Again, we do have a Black Friday sale. We thought we'd join the rush. Everyone else is on it. So 10% off all courses. And that is going now until the 15th of December. So feel free to have a chat with us about that as well. a lot of students are actually signing up now, so they're enrolling, paying a deposit to get that sale price, and then we are being a bit flexible with you guys. We're letting you actually just hold the start date, and you can start in January or February because, you know, we understand Christmas, you know, who wants to start studying now. So if you enroll now, just speak to us about if you would prefer to start in January or February. And you'll still need to pay a deposit, but you can actually start your course next year without losing any time. So that's a pretty cool thing we're doing now. And that is really about all I wanted to share with you guys. I'd be happy to run some questions if we've got any questions. I'm going to just check with Dinnerly. She's saying, no, there's no question. Maybe we've covered everything so well. Please don't feel shy. But we're very happy to talk to you one-on-one. Obviously, you've met me, you've met Shireen, you've met Dinnerly. That's only a small part of our team. So very happy to speak with you. Call us, email us, jump on our website, Facebook, Instagram, whatever, download brochures, happy to send you whatever additional information that you need. If you want to hear from us again and get a little bit more insight, we're actually running another session. I know that says session 4, but it's because we've spent 2 weeks on conveyancing courses, 2 weeks this week on accounting and tax courses. So next week, we've got 2 graduates, Amir and Kul. They're just going to come in and share sort of their experience of the course. You know, sometimes when you're looking at several different options, we get it. Speak to a student instead, see what they have to say. So they will be on Tuesday next week at midday as well. So Dinnerly has also kindly just put up a feedback form. So if you've got just one last moment to give us any feedback, and also if there's something that we haven't covered that you would have liked us to cover, pop it on there, and happy to either do a one-on-one, do another session. Sorry, Dinnerly said she might have something.
We've got a question. So how long does it take usually to progress through the full process to the tax agent certification?
Yes, so what I can do is just pop back to that slide. So the accounting principles skill set, that's a really good question too. Thank you for that. The skill set is generally, so 7 units. Correct me if I'm wrong, generally, I think that's a 6-month course. Yeah, so it's 6 months, and for 7 units, you'll want the, you know, the full 6 months generally to do that. And then going into the diploma is a 12-month course, though you will have credit of 2 units. So that's why I'm sort of saying you may be able to complete that within 7 to 8 months. And then your tax agent certification, you'll already have 3 credits, so you'll only have 2 more units of competency to do. The thing is here as well is that the units are gradually getting a little bit more challenging. So that's why even if we say it's 1 unit, it might be actually more work involved, more research. So it's really important to note that even if you're talking about 1 unit of competency, you might think, well, good, 1 month, but which could very well be. Also, again, it depends how much time you are able to commit to it yourself. So for the tax agent certification, usually the 5 units, you would have 12 months to do that. So I would allow, again, you know, maybe 4 to 6 months to do the 2 units. If you're doing it full time, you know, you might get that done much faster. So if I was to say you might have 15, maybe you could do it in about 20 months, the whole thing. Is that mad to me? No. See, this is, I told you, I'm not an accountant. I'm not, I'm not a numbers person. So From saying the diploma, maybe that 8. Yeah,
I would say around a
say that.
year.
a year
Yeah.
to yeah, maybe 12 to 12 to 18 months even.
It
Yeah,
highly depends upon availability of the students and the level of knowledge that they possess, the time that they can put into the course, definitely. So it depends from one to the other student. However, if you are totally dedicated, maybe you might be able to finish within 12 months, but it may go up to 1.5 years or a bit extended than that as well. As I said, it highly depends upon your availability, your dedication towards the course, the study. Yes, but there are students who have completed within 12 months as well.
yeah, wonderful. Yeah, thanks, Shireen. And from our side as well, there is a volume of learning which we need to make sure that you do achieve. Though in saying that, that's how our course is set up. So there's a certain amount of reading, a certain amount of research, the role plays, for example, meeting with the trainer and assessor to do these things. That all makes that volume of learning. So, but yeah, thanks, Shireen. That's good. Can be done 12 to 18 months. Also, another thing here is we do allow 3 attempts per assessment. So I think it's really important to know that you can, submit your first assessment and even if you're not 100% sure on it, it's really important to then get the feedback from the trainer and assessor because that's just another way to learn. It's another resource. They will provide you with feedback where you might have maybe missed something and need to go back and so then you have the opportunity to go back a second time with that learned knowledge to actually go back and reapply, and that's how we learn. So I always say to people, don't be afraid to submit that first assessment because it's a way for us to learn. And if you don't know, if you haven't found the resource, if you haven't been able to research it, that's when your trainer and assessor will come in and support you as well. So it's another little added thing there. But great question because it's a really common one. And just before we run away, because I'm really conscious of your time and I'm so appreciative that you've all joined us. I know I did touch earlier on something that we're looking at integrating this year for those who aren't working. Um, we're just finalising a partnership with an organisation that helps to place students and to do an internship. So, or internship is so education. I like to make it sound a bit more like work experience. Um, so they actually work with a lot of accounting firms and providers or within industry that are calling out for people like yourselves who are starting as a student or you're partially way through or you're maybe even just about to complete and you're looking to actually gain that practical experience. So we will be providing that link for students to be able to go out there and do it. Now there will be some fee involved, but when you're talking about getting that experience, which is almost just so hard because if you're applying for the role but you don't have the experience, it's that double-edged sword. It's like, well, how am I meant to get the experience if I don't get a job? So that's where we're hoping to really pull that link in for all of our students because quite a lot of our students are looking for that career change and that's exactly what you need is to get a little bit of experience. So stay tuned. We're coming with some more info. And like I said, if it doesn't launch in the next couple of weeks, it'll definitely be live in January. Any further questions for us here at all? We've got all of us here. Happy to chat. Thank you so much. I'm going to wrap it up. We look forward to hearing from you. And again, please reach out. Happy to help in any way. Thanks so much. Enjoy the rest of your day. Hope to see you soon. Bye.